Welcome back to Summer Segment Scramble, where we have a very, very exciting matchup between AlexHonix and Antonio. This one is going to be a great one, I'm pretty sure. There's not really much else to say, right? I think we'll head over into the vetoes, which Storm Raid is going to take over for me.
Of course. So, I think, first of all, welcome from me again for today. I think we're all fairly familiar with how the veto procedure goes. Just in case anyone, is watching for the first time, it's gonna be the two people taking turns and banning a segment. We play BO1, so one segment will remain in the end, and that will be the one that we're gonna be playing. Antonio has the lower seat, so you get to decide, do you want to start with the veto, or do you want Alex to start?
I want Alex to start.
Okay, then Alex, you start with the banning and then just take turns. Please, just for the last one, make sure you say what segment you want to ban, just so we keep consistent with that.
Yeah.
Take it away.
Honestly, first of all, I have to say, finally people are catching on to this, because ever since the first match, I'm like, why would anybody ban themselves first?
Yeah, right?
I think it's way more powerful to have that deciding factor than to have the first ban.
Exactly.
Don't say it. Don't say it out loud.
Why?
There are people who still are having matchups later who were counting on tactics.
Ricky now knows that is screwed for later.
I mean, the only person who has a better seat than me is Soa, so
Ooh.
at that point. Okay, anyways, for my first ban, I have to tell a small story. Actually, not a story, but a quote. Okay, so on the 20th of May 2024, Anthonio wrote in SSS Talk, "Honestly, the hardest part of this category is having to figure out which segments I like least, because I hate all of them. Except my Pookie Bear Epsilon."
Oh,
My Pookie Bear Epsilon.
Alex, your PB is 5 minutes faster than mine.
And I responded to that. "Thank you for telling me what I have to ban." Ban Epsilon.
No.
I mean, it was to be expected.
Okay, well, I'm gonna ban all races.
Well, that's about where my thinking stopped. I don't want to see this shit category again. I ban Blitzplay.
I'm sorry, Trevor Percent. I just can't do it.
Countryside.
I have 2 bans left. Okay.
That's correct.
Deep Inside.
ASJ.
Oh shit. I'm gonna ban Third Way.
Didn't we say this exactly?
We said when we were on commentary we were gonna do fresh meat.
Said that on commentary.
Alright, with
Hell
that
yeah.
the veto is decided. Probably the longest veto section we ever had, because Alex decided to tell a story first. But that's obviously going to be fine. We're going to be heading to fresh meat, going to be going to a short break, 1.5 minutes. I believe we're going to be playing a Swiss explanation video again for the runs to grab their save files, and then going to be live. Catch you in a bit.
Back, and both of our runners are ready and about to head into the fresh meat segment. So, runners, Alex, Antonio, are you both ready?
Yes.
Yes.
Sounds good. Storm Raid is going to count you guys in. He'll explain how he does it.
I'll just be going down as always from 3 down to go. On go, you unpause, skip the cutscene, and then you're off. Going to be moving you to different channels so no one's distracted or anything. Friggy already asked you if you're ready, so I'll just start going. 3, 2, 1, go!
All right, best of luck to the runners. And the first mission of the fresh meat segment is Derailed, as we all know. And it features landing a motorbike on a train.
It's one of the funniest threads of the speedrun, and one reason in the long list of reasons why I hate this segment, it is probably my least favorite. It is entertaining, so like on commentary I don't mind it, but playing it I detest. Let's see. Obviously, Alex is very experienced runner. We see it on the PB 4508. Anthony just maybe a 50-29 PB. So yeah, let's see how both of these deal with the jump. Don't expect any hiccups, do you? Again?
No, it should be fairly straightforward, but this jump can pose problems, don't get me wrong. But I think in a race, you might just take like a safe route, like enter the... or make sure that you go under a bridge and go onto the train from the right side.
Yeah, doing the first attempt that Alex is doing basically doesn't lose anything, because even if you overshoot, you can be on the other side.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, and Antonio's going for the exact same one and gets his first try.
Beautiful,
as well.
Yeah,
very nice.
I'll say very well done from the two of them, and not even 1.5 minutes into this, we are just stuck with like, I don't know, a minute or two of pure boredom.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. So, Storm Raid, have you ever driven a train?
I fear I have not. I don't think this is like a very common skill set. In case anyone was wondering, it's not required to like be on SSS commentary to have driven a train, I think.
Because I have a story for you.
Oh, wow.
I actually have driven a train before. It was out on a school excursion. As you know, I'm on the older side, so back in those days, no one was cared about safety, I suppose. And we got to ride a few of our class got to ride in a regional train, and we were allowed to go into the cabin, and I was actually allowed to pull the lever for pulling out of the station, so accelerating. It was actually a really cool and a surreal experience as well, because you only see like the train tracks. It's quite hard to describe.
Imagine. I hear your eyes shining as you tell that story. It was very, very sweet.
Yeah, the train driver was like, "So who wants to pull us out of the station?" And I'm like, me.
That's adorable, actually. Hell yeah. Very cool. I thought you were gonna shitpost me with Ardia 2. It's one mission where you drive a train or something, but
there is a mission, but it's a stranger mission, not required for 100%.
Right, because you have a strange hundo. God bless, like otherwise.
That's true, yeah. I mean, yeah, strange hundo. I mean, GTA 5 is not much better, let's face it.
At least we're consistent with our inconsistency, okay?
Okay, true.
Meanwhile, we arrive at the shootout. God bless, finally. Do you want to take us through the shootout?
Yeah, so the first thing to do is to clear the branches of these of this tree stump so they don't get in your way, and then Alex and Antonio both are gonna shoot these 3 boats that come from the right side first. Turn their attention to a helicopter that's gonna drop down the mountain using a sniper rifle to take that out.
I'm out here doing the hard work.
After which will come a second helicopter, which you take out with a minigun normally, and then we move on to the snipers on the bridge, which Alex does not seem to be using the auto-aim strat for by using a controller.
Snipers are down, so don't let that keep you.
Bit of a delay there. Delay there with the helicopter spawn. And now, once that helicopter is dealt with, there's only 2 enemies left that are parachuting in. And all in all, not the worst shootout that both of them got there. I think Alex had a bit of a problem with the helicopter not spawning in very fast. But
it may have been that he only shot down the heli but didn't kill all of the crew immediately. I'm not sure. That happened to me once. It's very annoying. Can be a little tricky, the section.
Yeah. So also a bit of a tricky session sometimes is the taking the boat down the small narrow river, which can pose problems if you manage to get it stuck, or
very easy to beach it. Yeah.
Yeah, and or like turn it around accidentally. So we definitely want to avoid that. Anthony, I think, is got stuck a little bit, but
fine.
it's fine.
Yeah, I gotta say, Anthony, so far, I mean, it's only one mission, of course. Well, Alex just to manually attack on the helicopter because Trevor wasn't fast enough. Anthony is so far keeping up quite well. I expected this to be going for the suicide strat here to, you know, respawn further ahead. Actually, no idea when that saves time, when it doesn't. I never go for it. Seems unnecessary to me.
To be completely honest, was not aware of that strat.
Oh yeah, I don't think many people use it at all. As I said, I'm not even sure under what condition it saves time, if at all. So, with Alex having to kill the thing manually, definitely not.
I would have said it actually did save him a little bit of time.
Yeah, we'll see. Don't think it'll make all the difference in the world.
No, definitely not. No.
Alex driving up to this, using the downtime he has to set up a quick switch. It's like, stand under this tree, get a little bit of a quicker switch while Anthony doesn't care. He's just chilling for a second. But yeah, I was gonna say, Anthony, he's keeping up so far quite well. Expect him to lose a little more time compared to Alex on the shootout. Pretty impressive.
Yeah, not bad. And both are now on the way to Monkey Business. You spawn as Franklin and use the Buffalo to drive to the mission. No console runners here, so we're all on 1.27. That means the mission is not going to get disrupted.
Beautiful bug that's been in the game since forever.
Yeah, and Rockstar refuses to acknowledge and fix.
I mean, yeah. Who cares about that thing, right?
Yeah,
with a bit of a messy entry.
Story mode, I sleep.
It's fine, it's fine. This game is dead. Right. Let's actually take a look at both of them. Calling Amanda is Alex. Anthony just hovering over the taxi service. Say like roughly, hard to judge, like 10-ish seconds between the two of them. Probably a little more.
A little more, maybe, yeah, but nothing that Alex can weigh himself in safety at this moment.
No, probably not. Although what I do expect to be happening is that Alex like very gradually saves time over Anthony. It is going to be interesting though with Freshman in particular. There's a decent bit of RNG involved in this. It's like potentially the switches for Pac-Man in particular that can really make a significant difference. So and Alex cannot be too safe, even if he like goes ahead by a minute or so. One minor screw up on Alex's side and then a bad switch could actually make this be an interesting game.
Yeah, and let's not forget Hang 10 as well. No, Hang 10 is not this. Is that? No, it is after this. Yeah.
Hang 10 is immediately after this. Yeah, I mean to be fair, it's very long mission, Monkey Business now. Long shootout, quite fun. I like Monkey Business a lot.
Monkey Business is I would say it is definitely a fun mission, also to speedrun. The most boring bit is where we're at right now, is just cutting this grate is kind of trivial, and the swimming through the what are these called? Like the turbines and stuff?
Turbines, yeah.
This is more of a boring part, but as soon as you enter the facility, it's actually quite fun to play. And we use a strat that I can say, the one with the taser, the stun gun.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that is actually one strat that somehow I can consistently get. For some reason, I struggle with a lot of other things, but for some reason, the stun gun shot I always get on the first try.
Yeah, I don't think I ever had really problems with the strat. I know a bunch of runners that do, even runs that are way better than me, obviously.
Yeah.
And I don't know, never really posed a problem for me. I don't even have like a proper lineup or anything. I just wing it every time and it works. So good for us.
Exactly. Yeah. No, I have no setup or anything. I just wing it and it seems to work.
Yeah. We'll see how they handle it. Every time I think about this mission, I just remind myself how much I love playing that casually. Like I found that super cool, even the swimming bit.
Exactly.
in the speedrun, it is at parts a little bit of a sleeper, and the last shootout, while not being very difficult, can be very unforgiving with how the checkpoints are spread.
Definitely, yeah. Ooh, Antonio, a bit of a...
Losing time on swimming.
That makes you doubly dumb.
Anthony. Yeah, that's quite a significant gap now between the two of them. I don't know how he lost so much time on the swimming section, but...
I didn't give you permission to get hot.
Yeah, well, Alex obviously ignoring the game's instructions, telling him to use a taser. It's like, nope. And now
So what exactly
dealing with the guy in the elevator.
Oh, no through the wall sniper shot. Sad.
I'm sure Anthony will go for it.
Yeah, I hope so.
Stay vigilant.
The content we missed from Alex, we get from Antonio.
Yeah, it's these boring fast people, right? What the fuck was that on the floor there for Anthony?
Get the pass.
He's really paying enough attention, but yeah.
I did not
see it.
see it.
Ah, look at this.
We're fine. Move on.
Just quickly no-scoping, although I don't think...
Hey.
Yeah, there we go.
Fourth shot, lucky.
I mean, it's fine, right?
They're down. Let's
Who
go.
really cares?
Corridor goes around
We
to the
want to watch out for Davey
left. Here.
getting stuck here on the corner,
True.
which Alex hasn't had happening to him.
Yeah, I mean, good for him, right? It's a very annoying glitch. You just have to like really pay attention to it. I think if you kill the scientists in the lab a little too quickly, you have that happen to you. But
Use the card on that
yeah,
swiper.
Anthony does make sure exactly you can move him out of the way.
The toxin. Let's do this.
Though that is
More. Now.
not sure why Anthony did that preemptively. And meanwhile, Alex nailing the taser strip perfectly.
Locking mechanism is triggered from the inside.
Beautiful. Off to the, well, a little more fun part of the shooter where people actually start shooting back and you don't just shoot, you know, unarmed, potentially clueless scientists. You actually shoot people that do pose a threat to you, I guess. So now it gets interesting. Alex using the LMG here. Well, what is your preference here, Ricky? Because I talked to many people about this.
I actually like using the carbine.
Me too. I don't think I have a particular reason for that, except that with the silencer it sounds cool. Like, as ridiculous as that sounds, I really like that.
I just like the rate of fire.
Yeah, that's reasonable. Alex trying to go for third cover, fails. I'm not sure. Oh, did Anthony fail? Yeah, Anthony failed the taser strat. I
see.
paying too close attention to Alex again.
Yeah, same.
That is a little unfortunate for Anthony, but I'm sure he'll manage just fine. You can see the difference between like a really experienced and just like a midfield runner. I don't think I'm shitting on Anthony too much when I say that.
No, definitely not. No, I mean it's Alex that we're talking about here. Alex obviously holds multiple world records, has been running the game, you know, consistently for a while, but saying that he actually dies on the shootout here, I'm not sure he got a rapid fire bug. I think he may have done, actually.
Yeah, this is super painful now, because that's what I said. The checkpoint spread on this mission is not very balanced, I guess, in that regard. As a mission skips runner, God bless, but honestly, it is painful. Dying here is incredible. Like, I don't know how much that loses, but like you can see Anthony,
he's not behind Anthony, actually.
He's ahead, yeah.
Reinforcements should be arriving.
Let's see. Oh, some strange movement there happening on Alex's screen. What the hell? So again, going back for the
Anthony's
cover
using a
strats.
lot of power on these guys here, and has to be careful here.
Yeah, he should.
But it
be
looks
the
pretty
next.
good.
Yeah, I was gonna say finish him off. Very good job from Anthony. Like kept it fairly clean, I guess. All things considered.
Yeah, he might be aware of Alex's mission fail, so he's just enjoying the moment where he's ahead of Alex.
Yeah, honestly, I'm not sure. I don't know if I personally put up my opponent's game on my second monitor or something. It's like seems like a little. I think I just get distracted by it or overthink stuff. I think it's like stick to my game.
Yeah, I think it can go both ways. Yeah. I'm actually not sure. I have my matchup in 2 matches time, so I still have time to decide whether I'm not going to do it. Before you said anything, I was like, oh yeah, sure, I'll just have it on my iPad running in the background. And now I'm
just for
not
a
that
quick
sure
check.
anymore.
Yeah, it's like for a quick check, I wouldn't blame anyone, of course. But you know, you may be able to like fine-tune your strategy. For example, we had that thought with Xavier vs. Gullible earlier with me and Tosso on third way. If one player is like 30 seconds-ish ahead, then there's absolutely no point in going for the final third way jump, because why would you unnecessarily risk it? Just, you know, drive it home safely. But if you are not aware of the time gap, then you may as well try and risk it, do for the proper jump, potentially fail it and lose the race because of it. So there's merits to both of them.
That exactly, yeah. It's
like things that actually mean something.
you have it brings with it some good things, but also some bad things, whether or not you have it on or not.
Exactly. And meanwhile, Anthony already moving on to the Patricia drive, and he's quite a bit ahead of Alex, actually. I'm not sure
like
how much, 20, 30 seconds?
Something like that, yeah.
Along that lines. Very surprising.
Yeah, I mean,
actually.
it's just that one checkpoint which is so far back for Alex that really hurt him, but it's by no means is it over yet. We're only 16 minutes into the run, and surely it's gonna go for a bit longer.
Yeah, but this is what we talked about earlier, right? Where there's a little bit of RNG with the Pac-Man switch. If Anthony gets God switch and Alex gets beach switch, for example, could really like make this a close game, and that is really surprising considering the stakes of this match. We have in the prediction, in the channel point prediction, 105,000 channel points on Alex, which is one of the biggest pools thus far. With Anthony believers actually looking at an amazing payout if, you know, he manages to hold on to this lead. And the same really going for the prediction sheet that we had before, and the Swiss prediction that we held in the SSS the speedrunning Discord, where 69% of all predictions predicted Alex to go through 3-0. He's the second most picked for the 3-0 slot, and I believe even 100% people picked him to go through regardless. So like the other 31% didn't have him be eliminated or anything. They still expect him to go through. And this is Swiss, where it's a very generous format, but
yeah,
an early loss that could, you know, make a significant difference here.
Definitely. We'll see Antonio gets garage switch here.
Yeah, that is really unfortunate.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. You have to drive a bit before starting the shootout. The hangout. Bruh. Let's see what Alex... Like, this could be it for Alex. Yeah, Alex gets the beach switch. So, yeah, he's gonna pull ahead here without a question.
Most likely, yeah. This bit, like in this section of the run, you just... First of all, go back to Los Santos by killing yourself. But after, you basically want to initiate a hangout with Trevor to get Trevor closer to his safe house. The switch Anthony got is the only switch where you actually have to drive it a little bit before you can initiate the hangout, because the way this works in GTA 5 is that you have certain hangout zones. So if you're in a specific hangout zone, then the spot that the character you're initiating a hangout with will be positioned is scripted. Just so, I guess, like, you know, they put the characters a little closer together at a certain point on the map. And the switch Anthony got actually had him be outside of that aforementioned hangout zone, so you first had to drive into it. As Ricky mentioned, he's not ahead.
And Anthony actually ran over Franklin, and it said Franklin was assaulted, so that was... It's funny. Anyway, just going up to Floyd's house now, where Trevor's gonna have a nice little chat with...
Yeah, like nothing happens on the mission, right?
No,
She can have fun.
No, I don't think
Both
she can.
nailing the... Yep, both nailing
Yeah.
the
It looks
climb
They
strat.
both did, yeah.
Exactly.
Actually, something I struggle with, because I always time it wrong.
I used to never go for it because I just didn't really care enough about this 1 second, and this is like one of those strats that you can potentially just actually lose time on if you fail it, because you fail it, then you're tempted to go for it again, you fail it again, and like you build yourself up into this spiral, kind of, because you're like, okay, when I already went for it, then I may as well go again to try and succeed.
Yeah,
And it could easily end up costing you 5 seconds. Yeah, that was a brutal crush.
problem with the traffic there, but Alex got a good jump over the tram tracks.
Yeah, just
See
the repo
Anthony's-
jump, as we call it. And yeah, Anthony experiencing what many people do. It is actually quite hard with the car, isn't it?
Yeah, but he did a nice little 720 spin there. Congratulations on that. I mean, 10 for style.
For sure, Anthony.
And yeah, now crashing again. And we're meanwhile
Switch for Alex.
switch for Alex. He gets
That is good.
normal outside switch.
Very cool, yeah. Outside switch, obviously the one that you do prefer here. I'm gonna be setting up a ledge buffer now on the side to trigger surveying. Once again, gonna be a little bit of a sleeper, isn't it?
Yeah, surveying is gonna be. We can talk about if we piloted a helicopter before.
I mean, I haven't. Have you?
I haven't. No. Have you flown in a helicopter before?
No. Have you?
I have. Yeah, I
Wow.
did actually, and it was a great experience that I hope to repeat one day actually, because I don't know. So I guess we have more than enough time to dive into the to the story here. Well, not now, but maybe later on. First of all, we gotta see if Alex gets the strat here, which should be fairly trivial for him to not trigger the thing properly, and he is able to drive. And Anthony also got the ledge buffer into the mission correctly, so this is all looking good.
Now we gotta stop outside the Arcadia Center.
Very good indeed. This skip that Alex got here and Anthony will be trying to get soon is very important actually, because not getting it means that you're stuck in front of the Union Depository Bank for I don't even know how long, like 15-ish seconds or something. You just cannot move.
Yeah, you have to wait for the dialogue to be over.
Exactly, and breaking out of it also gives you the option to then go for another strat, which is driving ahead before the dialogue finishes to the point where, you know, the yellow dot then would appear. As Alex flips multiple times, struggling a little.
The rear bumper is open. What do you call that?
I actually have no idea.
Rear flap? Something like that?
I wouldn't know. I didn't even know that, you know, there was dynamic, if I have to be completely honest. Gotta be
Alex missed the first C43. But yeah, Antonio also got the strat, so yeah. Now
very cool. No
it's
fuck-ups.
just a tailgate. There you go. Yeah, because you hear about tailgating at like sports events, right? People have like grills on their tailgates in America, and they like cook food, and you can like go to a tailgate. I don't know. I'm not American.
God bless that country. I only know the tailgater. That's all I know.
Yeah,
I'm
true.
afraid.
Actually,
What?
Michael's car.
Ain't it obvious?
Exactly.
All right, story time, I guess.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, so there was a convention close to where I live. Well, not a convention, like a...
Profit in something. You're a hard guy to
Oh
mold.
God, what is... I don't even know what that word is. An expo. An exposition. Expo. You know what that is, right?
I know it, yeah.
So they had just like a bunch of stands, and then outside they had a helicopter ride that you could go on, and my dad decided to, you know, treat me and him for a helicopter ride. I think we paid like 100 Swiss francs for, I think it was 30 minutes of a flight. It's not so bad, yeah. And I actually got to, so it was a total of 5 people on board. The pilot, me and my dad, and 2 other people. And so 3 people were sitting in the back. It's like in a car, basically. 3 people in the back and 2 people in the front. And in the... I was actually allowed to go in the front seat with the pilot, and the pilot asked me if I had any like specific places I wanted to fly over, because he said it's whatever, and I just said, yeah, well, just go over the place I live and see if I can point out my house and all that stuff. And it was a great experience. Like, to see the world from above is a really nice experience. And yeah, like I said, I hope to do that again one day.
How old were you when you did that?
That must have been like when I was 12, something like that.
Cool.
11, 12 years old. Yeah, I was well chuffed. Yeah.
Yeah, I can imagine. That does sound like a really fun experience. I do hope you weren't using that to scout for any, potential intel on banks to rob later in your life.
Of course not.
Epic transition. Yeah, there's really not a lot to say about this mission. I feel like it's really just, following this convoy of trucks. And Anthony, I cannot read what he's saying there, but
It's
I hope...
spotted. Which Alex is also.
I was gonna say
on top of.
a nice place where you can just sit on and chill. You're very high up. You can just, well, as the name suggests, go for a quick pee break if you wanted to up here. Just go a little bit ahead of them, and then they drive past you and into the tunnel. So you can afford to take a break if you want to. Not they need it. Not a full camera.
I've lost sight of them.
Antonio says his butt's getting sore. Should have done
plenty of
splits
time.
for yoga. Yeah.
God, no. Not more of that segment. We've had enough for today.
I think we've had enough of third way, but that's just my opinion.
I mean that too. We'd like to see some fun stuff, right?
Yeah,
Like
definitely. Yeah.
Still
The
a
fun
bunch of stuff that we haven't seen yet.
Exactly. Yeah, we haven't had. Let's actually go over the segments that we haven't had yet. We haven't had countryside yet.
Yeah.
We haven't had deep inside yet.
True.
Epsilon and all races. It seems
Very,
like.
very true indeed.
Yeah.
We did have a bunch of third way, like 5 third way runs in total. We did, well, just now for today, 2 fresh meat runs, 2 blitzplay runs, 2 Travis runs, and 1 ASJ run.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm quite happy with the spread that we had 1 ASJ so far.
Yeah,
A
that's
little bit
really
of everything
nice.
thrown
Yeah.
into it. I'm surprised no countryside or deep inside yet. Deep inside was one of the most popular segments in SSS1.
That is true, yeah. But unfortunately, Deep Inside has got one of the most hated missions, I guess, which is... Oh god, what is it even called? The second one.
We got
Eye in
less
the
to
sky.
plan.
Eye in the Sky, yeah. Because Eye in the Sky,
Depend on.
in the previous iteration of SSS, we were obviously allowed to skip it using the On Mission Zero glitch. But it's not possible this time, which I think does reduce the attractiveness of the segment.
It
to run
does. It's not a very fun segment. I myself don't really like it either. But honestly, I guess people got pretty consistent at the Eye in the Sky entry. Like the entry itself, and well, not like Omo itself is such a fun glitch to do. I'd expect that to also put some people off, but it didn't really. Eye in the Sky, I said Deep Inside was a fairly popular one.
Yeah.
I thought the law was fun though. Yeah, it is fun, but everything that comes after is a little bit of a sleeper. Like Mr. Richards is like,
Mr.
Haida
Richards
is not very good either. So
Yeah, I do like Deep Inside though. That's a fun mission to end it.
it is a pretty cool mission. But like for Deep Inside, what I always think is that it actually, just the way it works as a mission is a lot cooler than the mission itself. The fact that you can... This is one of the prime examples of what I love about speedrunning, where if you do this mission casually, it looks so different. And in the speedruns, they kind of drive in there, shoot people, go out, checkpoint abuse on the final one. That is really cool.
Yeah.
But in terms of just the excitement level of the run, it isn't even that high. It's only really cool in comparison, I'd say.
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, both runners are now. Well, Anthony is now heading to bury the hatchet.
The
Meanwhile,
same splits.
yeah, Alex is already on the drive to the airport now. This is also a bit of something that you can be quite risky because you're on a bike, so a
Yeah,
crash.
traffic can be funny.
crash will set you back, because the checkpoint is at Michael's house. Anthony had a crash himself going to the mission.
Yeah, I do hope everything will go right. Alex maneuvering at pretty high speed, which I'm not surprised by, right? Like, Alex is a very experienced runner, but
Definitely.
I myself am always like a little careful at least. And as we say that, he can be very lucky that he didn't get actually properly run over by the truck.
Oh,
oh
the
my god, the Panto. Oh my god. that could have been a really, really cool one had he died there. I obviously don't wish it upon him, but maybe also to bring a little bit of excitement into this again, right? Because he is ahead of Anthony by quite a bit.
Yeah,
I
it
also
just
thought that.
shows like these, these drives are just very trivial for a runner of Alex's caliber. Even though he did fall off, I mean, he still didn't die at least.
Yeah, I guess it also shows just how quickly things can go wrong, even without really him being at fault. Like, I don't think he could have really done anything to prevent that crash, and yet he got screwed over pretty badly by the game here.
Amanda.
Yeah. It is, it's just a traffic pattern that you have to adjust to, but also something that a veteran runner like Alex will kind of see, how the traffic patterns are in that specific intersection where he crashed. Yeah, and just like you said, couldn't avoid it, obviously.
You do get a lot better at recognizing patterns than like a new runner, of course.
Oh, for sure, yeah. I mean, it's the best example is the drive back from Complications back to Simeon's from Michael's house.
Yeah.
You at some point you will inevitably learn how the traffic patterns work and what you have to pay attention to.
Exactly, which is where a year of running director mode pretty much exclusively comes to bite me in the ass every time I try and come back, because I'm just used to despawning the traffic and then teleporting around like a maniac. It isn't... Well, it is a lot of fun, but then coming back to a normal category isn't a lot of fun, I can assure you that.
Yeah.
Baby, we get
At least there's not a lot of traffic patterns in Red Dead Redemption 2.
Of course there is, and it's just the random horses. You have to deal with and their moods.
Exactly, yeah.
It's, at the same time you barely have any strats in this game, so I think I'd rather have to deal with traffic patterns than horses, personally.
Yeah, sometimes I feel the same,
I know you do.
Okay. Yeah, cursing out the horse happens quite a lot in a Red Dead 2 run, as you well know.
Funny horse game. Okay, Alex setting up the ledge buffer on his car to quickly skip this actually fairly technical shootout by simply then spamming Q, because this only works because after the cutscene Michael is in cover already, and he executes it flawlessly as Anthony just now gets to the graveyard. So we should do a timing check after this mission to see how bad it is going into the Pac-Man RNG.
Alex took control of the plane at 33:40.
Okay, then let's try and keep that in mind as Anthony sets up the ledge buffer. We can now follow him along as he makes his way to his own grave. But yeah, Pac-Man could be a deal breaker. But I want to say that with how far Alex is ahead at this point, it should be fine.
Well, you could always get bad patterns at the end with the cops and get one stuck or something. This can always happen, and is a disaster if it does happen to Alex, because at that point the checkpoint is so far back that I think Antonio, even though he's back close to a minute, so it's basically 55 seconds that he's behind Alex at this moment. A mission fail on Pac-Man at the end will definitely...
Oh yeah, that will be a hard one.
Yeah, it would be a tough pill to swallow, definitely, but let's hope that doesn't happen.
I think it'll be fine, right?
Yeah,
Like surely not. Like the Switch RNG is gonna be interesting. I don't think that's quite enough to really decide this game. To really like have Anthony have a good chance. I think for that he pulled ahead enough. But
I would say so,
we
yeah.
shall see. Okay,
But
Alex,
first of all, they have to fly back in a plane. Now, story.
I haven't. I haven't flown like at least piloted a plane myself.
Yeah, I never have either.
Okay, but I think we both at least flew, right?
yeah. I mean, a passenger airplane. Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
a lot of times actually in the.
I also flew like I mean obviously not exactly like that, but one of those like really small ones when I was in Australia. When it was like 2018 or something. Like a really like I think we were like total of 6 people on board. So that was pretty cool. It was very sketchy, like really like I don't know if I'd do that today. It's like get on one of those just fairly fragile looking ones. But yeah, completely skipped over the plane I say Switch RNG for Alex.
Yeah.
As he got Garrett Switch, which is quite decent. So yeah, we'll replay mode to eliminate that RNG later.
Yeah.
Let's see Anthony. As Alex goes into Pac-Man, doesn't quite trigger. Did he trigger the mission? He did.
He did.
There we go.
I always get very like nervous when it gets delayed by so much. Oh, and Antonio gets highway switch. Oof.
I mean, like
it's not terrible, but actually, that's not so bad.
Those?
I was thinking of a different mission where highway switch is really bad.
That is the second best, no?
What am I thinking of?
Where you think?
Where highway switch is terrible.
I mean, I don't think this is like ever really terrible.
Is it?
Alex did set up the replays.
Yeah, both of them have set up a replay, and Antonio's a bit of a trouble getting around the corner of Lamar's house there.
Sonora Freeway, past Paleto Bay. Hey, it's
Alrighty. I mean, yeah, like let's play, but they're still. I think I don't know. I don't think I super hate this. Like also the Sultan, I'm like fairly cool with. Personally, well, Anthony, I'm not sure.
Anthony he didn't park the Buffalo, close enough to the Monroe, so he didn't warp out, but for some reason he warped in.
I mean, reasonable, right?
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Alex already back on the highway, and God, this second. Like, Pac-Man is probably the main reason why I hate this. The RNG going into it. Followed by this. Oh, I cannot express it in words. I think how much I hate this mission. Partly because it also like previously like lost me a bunch of time, like mission failing. I think it was like 3, even more, 3:30 or something. And it's just really boring. You have to actually then pay attention to what you're doing. Wiggle boosting. It's just really nothing for me. The dialogue is good, yeah.
The dialogue is very good, yeah.
There were no parts.
But
I used the
it's a good little expositionary dialogue moment here with Lamar and Trevor talking. I mean, I think it's kind of cheap that Franklin just sleeps. But
it's a little. I never actually thought about that too much, but yeah, this is like actually more or less critical information, and just Franklin's like sleeping.
No, if Franklin knows, let's just let him sleep.
Oh, did I hear
Bummer, but
oh no,
he wasn't a good guy.
Is that no? It's not an audio bug, right? I heard a weird noise.
Yeah. Above all else.
I'm a little scared now.
I am
Alex,
a little scared.
Yeah, like the people don't know that Alex came and called earlier today and was like, I've got 2 audio bugs already today. It's like,
yeah. Yeah, obviously we hope that isn't the case.
Yeah, that would be heartbreaking.
Definitely, yeah.
Enough about
I want to believe Anthony would agree on a rematch. I honestly wouldn't blame him if he didn't, given that they're not even that far apart. But
what you gonna do, oh fearless leader?
Yeah, we'll get to that point when we get there.
exactly. No need to worry about that now. If he just manages to get through Pac-Man, then it's probably fine. As Alex now finished the wiggling section and can move on to the whatchamacallit.
The part where Franklin climbs into the JB700.
Exactly, the JB700 section. I keep forgetting the number. Forgetting the number.
James Bond 007 backwards. JB, James Bond 007 700 backwards. That's how I kind of remembered it.
You know what, Riggy? Fair play to you.
I'm pretty sure that's kind of what it's meant to be anyway from Rockstar's side.
I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, I never thought about this too much. I mean, the James Bond reference is clear, but that is the name I actually never put together. Oh. Do you think this segment is better with or without Omo? Yeah, you go first.
See, I might be a little biased here because I'm not just a fan of On Mission Zero in general. However, you do skip the entirety of this mission that they're both on On Mission Zero, which is a nice feeling. And even in my first full game run, I have actually done On Mission Zero. In this mission, Lamar down and Polito score setup, so it's just one of the ones that save you the most time. I would say so. And for that reason, I would say, this segment is probably better with On Mission Zero than without.
I have to agree. I hate Pac-Man too much. But honestly, may or may not be a shitpost, but Krabik saying it's better with mission skips, I absolutely agree with, and that is me being fully genuine. Thinking about surveying too, although surveying is also not very fun with mission skips, but at least you can skip this stuff.
Yeah.
All the RNG involved in this, you can just like basically toss aside. Just leave me alone with this segment. It's fun to watch, but nah. I would stay away from that personally when playing.
Oh, Antonio has to be careful here too. Oh no, his stream froze.
Yeah, it's having a little California internet moment.
Yeah,
it's fine. Alex did load the replay warp, so he is now officially arriving at the final mission of the segment. Honestly, looking at fairly decent pace. Meanwhile, I'm getting like a little worried about Anthony, like a little bit.
I told you, he ain't
not
right.
sure.
Pray.
Hey, this is a big fucking mistake.
Meanwhile, let's focus our attention on Alex, I guess. He's on Fresh Meat now. Okay, we're back on... no, we're not back on Antonio's stream.
I think we may have a small problem, but we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
I feel like... whatever. Focusing on Alex quickly making his way, obviously not using the app the game wants us to use. So who needs that crap?
No, we know where we're going, yeah.
Knowing exactly where we're meant to be going. Oh, Anthony, we do see frames. There are certainly things happening on Anthony's screen.
It does look like pixels are moving.
Alex going for the out of bounds to skip a pretty big and honestly also fairly fun shootout. Although doing it in the run a little annoying. It's something where you're once again just like almost asking to die. Yeah,
I was just beginning to
What can I say, man? He's driving a car, okay? I can tell that he's driving a car. Meanwhile, Alex mowing down his enemies.
Antonio seems to be loading the replay warp as well. Now, I think it's somewhat. Yeah, I think it's good now.
Optimal setup, but yeah, we seem to be back.
Yeah,
I would have been surprised to just see a fresh meat mission pass screen when we come back to Anthony, just because fun.
Just spliced at the run, yeah.
Quickly loads and mission skips through. Hell yeah.
No, I did it. My internet just cut out. Yeah, trust.
Found a cool new time save. And Alex blows himself up to now begin the final drive.
Come on, let's go.
Oh well, begin the final drive after first of all getting into the car, obviously.
I just want
And then also just now starts fresh meat. And they're not too far apart.
No, they're not
honestly,
too far apart. Yeah.
Roughly how you'd expect it to go, I guess.
Yeah, it's very unfortunate that Anthony got the hang 10, the bad switch on hang 10.
Yeah.
That definitely cost him a lot of time, but not outright the match, I would say.
Yeah, no. And plus, the RNG for Alex on Pac-Man was also decent. I actually have no idea. I think that Garrett's third best switch?
Yeah, I would say the God switch is right around the corner. And then, as people have pointed out, then it's highway switch, and then I would say garage, and then, whatever else you can get.
Beach, right?
Peach.
Yeah, let's not bother with that. Anthony, in the meantime, people did point out might PB. And he doesn't fail the out of bounds, just drops a few.
Yeah, he might actually PB this, yeah.
I would be happy to see him PB this. PBs are marathons. Why do I keep saying marathon? Tournaments! Even better than marathons.
Exactly,
marathons, we can have tournaments.
Right.
Meanwhile, time is coming up for Alex.
Yes, we have a 46.53 for Alex. GG's in chat.
Yeah, well done, Alex.
Definitely showing why he's the favorite here.
Yeah, for sure, yeah.
Doing a very, very solid job. 2 minutes behind PB, but not very optimal RNG and the initial screw up on Monkey Business. We're very solid, but from there onwards, fairly flawless gameplay.
Yeah, definitely. You could tell that mission fail did probably cost him the 2 minutes that he had to PB there.
Well, most likely, there's something along those lines.
It's a very long one to fail. Let's actually drag Alex into the hall and see what he says. That was Alex!
Servus, Alter.
We should go, man.
Congratulations, you are the winner of the match.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, what do you say to the run that you got?
Come on, let's
Fucking
go.
horrible.
This is my rescue.
Horrible, yeah.
Yeah, man.
It was the monkey business was
Yeah, you get fucking lasered.
was that a rapid fire?
Yeah, it was a laser.
Yeah, unfortunate there. But yeah, Anthony is actually he's on PB pace. He's got 2.5 minutes to PB here, and for this last drive, that should be possible, I would say.
Oh yeah, definitely. I don't even think any amounts of crashing can really screw him over here enough. He'd almost have to mission fail in some way. I don't know if I've ever seen that before.
Drive into a gas station or something.
Yeah, but no one except the mission skips runners who do alternate strats on Fatherson would do that, right?
Really? Interesting.
Yeah, on Fatherson, because you cannot detonate the C4 on the second checkpoint, there's a strat where you just drive to the gas station.
That sounds very cool.
Mission skips trivia fun facts here, because I'm sure people care about that a lot, don't they?
Of course.
Well, final turn for Anthony, as time is going to be coming up for him soon now too. Honestly, he did pretty good. Honestly, he did better than I expected him to do.
Yeah,
I have to be completely frank.
PB, that's a good achievement. He definitely can be proud of himself for that.
I do think so too. I don't think anyone really expected him to, and he seems to be happy about it, even though he knows he lost the race. Time coming up for Anthony. He can be happy with himself, but anyone really expected him to win against Alex here. But PB by a solid minute. Let's get him in here.
Hey, Anthony. GG's on your PB.
Thank you.
You have unfortunately lost the race, but yeah, congratulations
I
on the
figured.
PB
I'm
still.
going against Alex.
Yeah, it's always going to be
Thank you.
tough
It
to
was a
beat
lot of
Alex.
fun.
You were actually ahead. I don't know if you were aware. You were ahead after Monkey Business because Alex died in the final shootout.
Yeah, after Hang 10, I knew I always lose a lot of time on Hang 10. And then I crashed a bunch on Bury the Hatchet. I'm like, after that, it's over.
Yeah, you got a very unfortunate switch on Hang 10, whereas Alex got the beach one. So
Yeah.
that's where you
Nice.
dropped back again. But yeah, congratulations on your PB still.
Yeah. Thank you. I did like 3 strats that run that I've never done before, and I learned today watching Rake while I was on commentary.
Ah,
And I ended up I golded 3 splits, so
very
that was
nice.
fun.